episode 32, why your resume is not the problem in your job search. Do you know what actually happens when you apply online? First off, the same job you apply for on Indeed is also over on Ladders, ZipRecruiter, Monster, Dice, Glassdoor, right? And when that job post goes live, thousands of people apply for this 200, 300K job. What are the odds that the recruiter's going to call you back? Because here's the thing. Does anyone think a recruiter has the time to go through 1,500 resumes and review them in detail? Probably not. I've trained a lot of them. Here's what they do. They go through the first 30. They pick 5 people who are qualified. They call them. Guess what everyone else gets? Hey, thanks for applying, but we found someone better qualified.
And I get this, right? So when we have somebody who has experienced so much rejection like that, right? So you get the emails and you know, the rejection emails or thanks but no thanks or whatever. All of these things are such a hit to our self-confidence. It's like, well, what can we blame? Is it the resume? Am I too old? Am I too young? Underqualified? Overqualified? And we want to grasp onto anything that we can blame for like our lack of success and our lack of job opportunity. You know, we get applications for clients who want to work with us. Our clients are amazing once we shift their mindset around this. But I would say nearly 50% or more of the applications that come in, one of the questions is, hey, what do you think is the biggest problem in your job search? And I'll see one word there. Resume. For as long as I've been doing this, like I'm still shocked. I still get shocked every time I see it because this person is a leader, obviously has some amazing achievements and it has really big goals and has literally given this one piece of paper so much power to say like, that's what's stopping me. And it's fascinating. Now, don't get me wrong. These things are great tools and they're going to empower you and become a great roadmap for your conversations and a great showcase for your achievements. I'm not saying that. You still have to be the one in control of your success and in control of your job search.
And here's the funny part too. Back in the day when we started doing this, we didn't even update resumes for our clients. We didn't update LinkedIn profiles, and they still nearly got the same results, right? Because that's not what's going to help you get hired. Don't worry about your resume. Worry about what they're looking for, what their challenges are, and how you've done that in the past and been successful, or how you can solve their challenges. Don't focus on your resume. Focus on your background and your accomplishments. Just like Kristina said, you're worth so much more than your resume.
If you find yourself hyper focused on the resume, or you think that the resume is going to save you from being nervous or even a little scared in an interview, like that's a great compass for to get your emotions and your fear and your energy back in check. Because if you're leaning too much on that resume, we know we're headed in the wrong direction.
When we talk to our clients who are frustrated about their resume or whatever, is when things aren't going as intended, just as humans, we look for something to blame. Most of the time, it's not our tactics and strategies, it's what we already have. And my guess is it's probably not your resume.
Well, it can be a really painful, process to fully accept full responsibility for these perceived failures. Like, okay, well, if you've got yourself wrapped up in a vicious cycle of the blame game, it's a difficult path to walk to take like radical responsibility for your own actions and your mindset. So I think it becomes painful because this job search process can be very painful for some people. There's a great amount of loss in the job search of friends, colleagues, and we don't want to look. It's hard to look inside and take responsibility. It's hard. We want to do easy stuff, not the hard stuff. The stuff we're supposed to be doing is not the easy stuff. It's not the stuff we want to do.
You're not going to be able to capture everything on your resume. That again is what the interview is for. Hey, I gave you a couple of my accomplishments and achievements as a product management professional in my space. Now let's go to the interview and figure out, hey, what's really important to you? Where are your challenges at? Let me provide some solutions of what I've done in the past. They might not be on your resume. So remember, you are the one who's going on this interview, not your resume. There's probably going to be many things you're going to talk about which also have not been listed on your resume as well.
You have to know how to sell yourself very confidently, and your resume is there as a backup tool to quickly showcase that speak directly to your target, like very, very measurable achievements that speak about you and your brand and what you're going after. And so when we help people transform a resume into what an executive level resume looks, it becomes super empowering, but that same client will then very quickly still realize like that's not what's going to get them the job.
And you're at the six-figure or multiple six-figure arena, do the research. Google, where are these people getting their jobs? They're getting it from networks, their old network, building a new network, identifying companies that are doing well in the marketplace and presenting themselves as a solution to some problems they're going to have. That's how people get hired. So here's your resume. Does it say your accomplishments and achievements and how you've been successful in whatever domain you're in? It's good enough. Don't worry about that. Next step, Get a hold of people that can actually hire you, to generate lots of interviews quickly and not having to rely on this hope and pray. Me and Kristina call it the Indeed wishing well, right? Okay, I'm going to apply on LinkedIn. Come on. Oh man, no one called me.
And if you want to play Russian roulette with your career and your future, you might eventually hit, but it is probably going to be a low quality situation. If you hear somebody say, man, you have an amazing resume, you're hired. Yeah, it's probably a low quality situation. Anyway, so yeah, if you're interested in playing Russian roulette, go ahead and stay on those job boards and keep editing your resume for every different position.
So just to kind of recap on today's topic, I want to let you guys know what actually happens when you apply online and how much competition there is in the workforce and how easy it is to apply online for most people. Number 2, why would someone call you if they didn't think you're qualified? Number 3, if you're not getting results, people, look for something to blame, as we mentioned. And remember, the resume most of the time is not going to help you during the interview. They should be focused on you, and you should be a consultant asking them what they're looking for, what are their challenges, and letting them know how that applies to you and how you can help them.
Hey, listen, I'm excited to talk to anyone who's listening to this that would like to learn more about why they've been blaming their resume and how we can flip that mindset.
Absolutely, guys. Until next week, go to execupgrades.com/podcast, and we'll see you next week.